Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This session focuses on sayings and proverbs across the globe. I hope and expect by the end of this session, you would have an understanding of the sociolinguistic dimensions of the use of sayings and proverbs across the globe. Well, my dear students, at the outset, it would be a good idea to define the term saying. Saying is a short, pithy, commonly known expression which generally offers an advice or some wisdom. There are certain synonyms that are used to refer to a saying. There are various words that are used as equivalents to, a saying. For example, a proverb, a maxim, aphorism, axiom, epigram, epigraph, etc. However, the most commonly used words are saying and proverbs. Proverbs are sometimes defined even more precisely. So I would share an example of the definition that is used generally. A proverb is a short, well-known pithy saying stating a general truth or a piece of advice. So in different cultures and in different languages, because people in different sociolinguistic contexts have different sets of beliefs, they have different norms, they have different values, and their perspective and attitude towards other people and life is different. So, proverbs and sayings from different cultures, they reflect the local wisdom, the folk wisdom, how that particular culture, how the people of that particular culture, and how the users of that particular language look at certain aspects and dimensions of social life. So here on the screen, you can see some examples. The first example that I'm sharing is from African context, and of course, I'm going to use translations. So an African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So, the African celebration of the idea of togetherness, of, significance of togetherness is reflected in this. Whereas, look at this Japanese proverb that says, fall 7 times, stand 8. This shows the Japanese belief in hard work and in persistence. An Arab saying goes, do good and throw it in the sea. To do good to somebody and then not to, think of getting it cashed or think to be paid for it. This shows the Arab morality through this proverb. A Turkish saying goes, measure 1,000 times and cut once. A careful attitude towards something when you are doing it, measuring it 1,000 times before you do the final cut so that it is not spoiled. It shows, certain attitudes of the speakers of the language towards, taking perspective on different activities of life. Another African saying or proverb is, it takes a whole village to raise a child. It's very interesting. I have earlier shared an African proverb with reference to togetherness, because in the African culture, this idea of togetherness or of, a collectivity or of, the oneness of the community is very, very strong. So, when there is a reference that is made to, that in raising a child, the contribution of the whole village is significant, this again throws light on the same idea. A Zolo proverb is, a fault confessed is half redressed. The truthfulness, of the people or their attitude in that regard is reflected. So, I hope with the help of these examples, you can understand that how different perspectives on the different aspects of human social interaction and human life when they live in a sociolinguistic context, the proverbs and sayings, they throw light on them, and from the sociolinguistic perspective, they provide us insights into the linguistic and non-linguistic behaviors of the users of these proverbs.